winning the right way.
Gonna be great, gonna be a good day.
This is Jason Lauren on Melbourne's Nova 100.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to your Wednesday morning, Loz.
Morning, Jace.
Good morning, Mr. Stanaway and Paddy.
Morning, Clint.
Good morning, Melbourne.
How
are we?
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Yeah, we're good. The Australians are good. Gold,
Aussies are
gold,
good.
gold, more gold.
Well, some golds, some not so gold.
Some misses.
Some misses,
Yeah,
some
but
hits.
Kaylee McEwen, she's a golden girl now.
In the backstroke. Backstroke?
100 metres
100
backstroke.
metres
Yes.
backstroke. I
Another
used to
one
do
added to
backstroke.
the tally.
Molly O'Callaghan
Did you?
qualified fastest for the women's freestyle final coming up. We're going to be joined by
She's
her brother
amazing.
a little bit later on in the show as well. She's on fire.
Clint, did you see the video of her brother? He was back
Yeah.
home, watching her screaming in his high vis,
Yeah.
watching his little sister swim. It was so cool.
Speaking of
I
screaming.
love spending time with...
Yeah,
Sorry,
go
go.
on. No,
Yes,
you go.
screaming.
You go.
You've got my attention.
Oh, no,
said
you
screaming,
won't want me to
speaking
bring it up, trust me.
We got a screamer.
Okay, Clint was screaming at me pre-show because we're talking about retired swimmer James Magnuson was saying that
yes.
Molly O'Callaghan's on track to be like one of our best.
He thinks, he just said in his podcast, he said, mark my words, she will be our most decorated Olympian ever by the end of
Clint got
February.
up me and said, don't bring up Magnuson because he's doing the, what are they calling it? The peptide games? What's the...
Well, I thought it was called the cheating games, but is that the nickname?
Is the cheating games?
Let's call them the cheating games.
Clint doesn't want to cover it.
I mean, I just don't like it. I don't like it, Jace.
So what are they going to do?
I
They're
mean,
going to get
what's next?
But it
athletes
might
to do...
give me and Jace a chance to be champions in something.
I hear ya.
Because we
nothing's
ain't doing it
helping you two.
naturally.
Trust me.
I got a chance on the roids.
Seriously. I'm so old, Clint.
But do you?
We didn't see you yesterday. I've done my back and I've got a heat belt on and I look like I'm off to the weightlifting
Gee,
in this belt, don't I?
to be fair, we look like we're off to the weightlifting
God,
before the
you
heat
do
belt.
too.
I look like I'm off to pick up some weights, but I've done my back. So
Clint, she is aged.
I need the human growth hormones or whatever they're having.
She's aged like 40 years since you've been away,
I know.
honestly.
I don't
She's
know
spending more time around you, old man.
Is that
Yeah.
what it is? I need Clint here to keep
Can
me
we get
young.
some recliners in the studio, please?
I mean, I was
Oh,
asking
yeah,
for them
lazy
long
boys.
before I did my back.
Mum and Dad need to sit down. Just quickly on the cheating games, when is that?
I don't know. I don't know anything
Sometime
about
in
it.
the future.
Right. So basically, yeah. Anyway, so yeah.
There must still be rules around
I think it's a bit of a
it.
pipe dream. Yeah, I don't know. No,
I don't get how they're going to do it.
So
Come
it's like
on.
swimming, but you can have
On the
all
roids.
the human
Yep,
growth
rules
hormones,
are off.
peptides.
Yep. You can pee in a cup and it can come up like a yellow highlighter and they won't care.
But there are some things that are legal to take, but they're illegal to take in elite sport. So I assume that's what you can have. You can't have
Yeah.
anything.
Anyway.
You can't be going and cooking up things in labs and trying it.
Back to Paddy, where it is all clean. The Aussies are killing it in the pool. I think I've realised why we went down in the rugby, but we'll talk about that in the next few minutes.
Also, these Olympics are more emotional than any others I've ever seen before. I have sobbed like a baby for days on end.
He's crying.
And I put it on my Instagram last night saying, if there was a medal for crying, I'd be winning it. There's so many emotional clips online. And so many people replied to me saying, oh my God, I am the same. And you know why I think it is? Hear me out. I think
Why?
it's because the last ones, there were no fans. There were no families
yeah.
there. So it's been like 8 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Since we've seen a big O. a big O with people's families and people actually like the crowds and the excitement.
Question?
And Celine Dion just set the scene.
Question.
And I've cried the whole time.
Will you be that emotional when we get to the shot put?
Possibly, if there's a great story.
Mm.
I was watching a story about a lady who is in the table tennis and she's 58. She's 58 and she's at her first Olympics.
God, lucky she's not holding the flag. You'd be exhausted.
I think she plays for Chile.
58.
Yeah, and she always wanted to go to the Olympics and then they changed the rules and it really ruined her game and so she had to relearn or something. Anyway, 58.
right.
Amazing story.
Anyway,
I cried.
more importantly, Clint, have you hit up that club
Good on
in
you,
Paris
Oz.
where you get a free tattoo yet?
No, but I've asked the questions, and I've got one of the junior researchers from Channel 9 on the case.
Do you?
So you know the tattoo, the free tattoo they give you is a lucky dip.
What's the bet though? They give that
I
story
watched
to
him.
Yeah.
I watched him go to work in the International Broadcast Centre today, just asking all the broadcasters, does anyone know about this nightclub where they give you the tattoos?
Yeah, I've got the
Like,
deets.
it's a request from Nova in Australia.
What's the bet? Carl Stefanovic covers that story for 9.
What's the bet it gets shut down soon?
It sounds like a fire hazard.
Doesn't it? It's in a shipping container under a bridge.
I think I was
It's
having
called like Platform 25 or something.
a good think last night because you know how Clint wants to get the
Kilometre 25 it's called, not Platform 25.
Clint, you've spoken about getting the big O rings tattooed on your body.
Well, we did.
Like the athletes do.
Because I think you're working harder
Where?
than the athletes.
I think what
On
we
your
should
bum.
do, when you get home, we should get one of our gold medal winning athletes to do the tattoo if they approve it.
Thoughts, feelings, emotions on that?
Do you know what? I'll do it.
Yeah, there we go.
Although I'd prefer you to come home with it from Paris. It'd be rather chic. Get one. I get one of the gold medalists to do
What,
it over
on the
there.
bum?
Yeah, just on the top of your buttock.
Should we put all
No
the
one's
rings
ever
on
going
the
to
bum.
see it.
Let's put all these different body parts on a wheel and spin it up. Oh, forehead. That's going to hurt.
That's going to sting on the neck.
Hey, guys, we're going to get into it. We've got a huge show coming up today. As I mentioned, Molly O'Callaghan's brother is going to join us a little bit later on. Not only that, we are probing the Popo later on this morning. The cops are coming in, and it's the crew from RBT.
Love this. Oh, definitely positive.
And Clint, because you weren't here, one of our producers had to take on your job.
This is the greatest work project you've ever heard.
Producer Jiz, tell Clint what you had to do last night in preparation for the RBT squad coming in.
Well, we want to make sure that their breath tester gets use this morning. So I was hard at work last night. I was hard at work last night, sculling a bottle of wine.
No,
Not sculling, drinking
having sips,
responsibly.
Sorry,
having a
I
responsible
slipped there.
adult's night.
Having a responsible few glasses of wine with dinner, just to make sure that there's something in my blood today.
To see, and then he had to catch
Something
an
in
Uber
the
to
blood.
work this morning, and we're going to see if he's still over. I mean, the way he talks, he sounds drunk all the time. The
I
Irishman.
know.
Yeah.
God, responsible. responsible
To be
really.
sure.
Responsible
To
really
be
got
sure.
him. We got Clint over in Paddy. Let me set the scene.
J'aime plus Paris.
You know, Clint's been out at the art galleries buying a bit of artwork for his house back in Melbourne.
Oh,
yes.
not down at
Shall
the
I
Louvre.
showcase?
Yeah,
How
yeah.
much did that cost
Not
you?
at the Louvre.
That's
It's a
cool.
nice little installation for my kitchen.
So you've got a picture
that
of
one
a-
sent me back about a Frenchman with a breadstick
And a
I thought
beret.
and a beret. I
I'd
thought
like
that might-
you
that
to
was a bit like
recreate
me.
that photo and put them next to each other.
Question.
He's got a big breadstick, doesn't he?
Because someone sent me a photo of you on holidays in Paris about 15 years ago, and you actually look quite like that guy.
But you're holding a little dinner roll.
Well, can I tell you guys, it was incredibly hot here in the French capital, pushing 40 degrees. I was at the... I know, it was so hot. I was at the Stade de France, which is where they're holding the athletics. But for this week, they've been showcasing the rugby sevens, which I am now addicted to, right?
Question.
It is a... question?
Just before we get to the rugby sevens, the heat. Surely that will play havoc in Australia's favour when it comes to athletics? Because we're used to it,
We
you know
love
what I
the
mean?
heat.
Well, yeah, you'd like to think so. Well,
Yeah.
the biggest issue right now is the River Seine.
Oh,
so you know that
no.
it's been dirty and E. coli ridden.
Clint.
So you've heard all about that.
So
yeah.
because, you know, they spent like $1 billion clearing the water, Jace, to get
know.
the Seine ready so
This-
they could do the triathlon.
This is the one that people were pooing in as a protest.
Yes.
Yep.
And then
That's
all the
right.
rain has caused all of this pollution. Clint,
so
they
it pissed
can't
down.
change that event. That's insane.
Well, so there's talk that if they're going to do water quality tests tonight, so at some stage, what are we now, 10 o'clock? Apparently at midnight tonight, they're doing a water quality test at the Seine, and if it comes back bad still, tomorrow's women's triathlon could become a duathlon.
A duathlon.
which is just the
You can't do that.
Just the two legs. Yeah, just
No.
the cycling and the running.
Jace has just run out of the studio. I don't know what he's doing. Is he
what's he
training
doing?
for a duathlon?
It's all good. It's all good.
What?
Clint,
What
I'll
have you
send them
got?
over. I got those little pool sticks.
Oh, the pH
Are they
levels.
alkaline tablets?
Yeah, you can check the pH level.
Yes.
So you can,
Why
Did
do
you
you have them at Nova?
Because he's just bought a pool. He's just, he's a rich guy
Are you
now.
peeing on the stick?
He's checking if he's
You got
pregnant.
something else wrong with you. You got an STD.
No.
Finding out if he's ovulating,
Are you
perhaps.
sure?
Give me a sec.
Don't.
Are
It's
you
lit up
expecting-
purple. Is that good?
You're off to the steroid games.
Don't ask why I've got the alkaline testers
Oh
at
my
work.
goodness gracious!
But did you hear that? If the water isn't clear, the triathlon, these people who have trained for 4 years for the triathlon might just do it duathlon, just the bike and the run.
Just
But what
the
about
two.
if swimming's is strength?
Exactly. It's
Well,
so
exactly, it's
unfair.
over.
Nah.
No, they need to just hold the event, and even if it's in 3 months' time. You can't be doing that.
Anyway, I am, guys, Australia's anti-good luck charm because I
Absolutely.
have been to 3 different events, the men's rugby sevens, the skateboard street skate event, and the rugby women's sevens, and on all occasions, we've been favoured for gold, which is why I've been deployed, and all 3 occasions, we've come back with nothing. Nothing. Nilski.
So when you say the anti-good luck charm, what you mean is the bad luck charm.
Can we get you banned from the swimming pool, please?
Well, they don't need him at
where
the swimming pool.
shouldn't I
They've
go
got
tomorrow?
Matthew Pavlich down there reporting on the swimming.
He was there this morning.
Yeah.
The Pav.
Why don't you get sent to the swimming? Why are they sending you to the funny
Well,
little
do you know
events?
what, Lauren? My mum got on the blower today and she was so frustrated. She goes, why is Matthew Pavlich at the swimming and not you?
I agree.
She was so angry.
I'm
I
with
said, well,
Tones.
because I've got some big responsibilities, you know.
Are they sending you to the
helping the
breakdancing?
world of rugby sevens.
Who's Matthew Pavlich?
I hope so.
He used to play a lovely guy, footy player, AFL. He reads the
Former
the sport
Fremantle
on
captain.
Channel 9 in Perth, I think. Oh no, didn't he get? Oh yeah, he reads the sport on Channel 9.
Oh, God.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I
right.
know. Clint, you should be at the big events. Clint, we all know you're the
No, I'm
biggest
going to the
star
hockey
in the
tomorrow, so
stable.
they should lose.
Great. Awesome.
Sorry if you're a hockey fan.
Yep.
Anyway,
Don't
it was
unpack
good while
the
it
sticks.
lasted.
Yeah, keep the sticks in the bag. Be a waste of time.
Why don't you go find some Channel 9 colleagues and see if they can crash our show? I'd love to chat to a few of them and see how it's going.
I don't know what the postage is
yes,
like,
yes.
but I'm going to send over the alkaline sticks.
Oh yeah, they wouldn't have anything like that over there.
Test the river for us, will you?
Naughty, naughty.
640.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now, you never want to be in the airport when they pull you aside and say, no, you can go into that line. Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, you
Once I
shrink to Titans.
you shrinkter.
Shrinkter.
Not you
Shrinkter.
shrinkter.
All of
What did you call it? A shrinkter? You don't want that tightening.
all of it Titans, to be
Shrinkter.
honest.
It's happened to an Australian woman, and the one place which is also really scary is LAX. Going through American security, I don't know why it's so intimidating.
What,
I
'cause
feel
they
like I'm
yell.
doing something wrong
They
every
go,
time.
Belts off, shoes off, laptops out of your bag.
They do. That's good.
This woman, who's an Australian, she's 28 years old, she decided while she was in the airport to interact with one of the security dogs. You also don't do that. You don't go patting the dogs. You don't go playing with the sniffer dogs.
No, when they sit down next to you, you try and wedge
what
your
does
foot
interact
underneath.
mean?
Well, I don't know. I guess she tried to pat one. Tried to talk to one.
okay.
Tried to, I don't know, pat the Labradoodle or whatever they had there. Then she got chatting to the security officer who said, what do you do for work? And she said, I don't have a job. And they were like, oh, okay. Anyway, they ended up putting her in the other line.
See ya.
When they opened her bag, she was traveling with a lot of cash and a whole bunch of sex toys. So she said, I know
Did
what
she
this-
sell them?
Well, that's what they thought. They thought she was running a black market, perhaps, for the sexy toys. But she'd actually just been in Amsterdam where she'd stocked up at the red light district.
Well, that'd
she
be
said.
really cheap
Oh,
there.
good on her. Go, gal.
That'd be really cheap. Be like coming back with Bintang singlets from
But
Bali.
the TSA agents thought she was perhaps an escort. In fact, they were convinced she was an escort. She had cash and all the toys.
See, I'm concerned because our producer Jiz is about to head back home to Ireland, and he hosts Bingo Loco nights. And what do you guys give out on Bingo Loco nights?
One of our prizes is a dildo.
Yeah.
So I legitimately have a storage unit actually here in South Melbourne full of dildos.
I remember when you were like, the shipment hasn't arrived. And I was like, what
Sorry.
shipment are you talking
Oh, he
about?
was very
the
stressed.
shipment of dildos are running late.
I
And that
need
was
my dildos.
That was before I knew you hosted Bingo Loco. And I was
What are
like,
you buying? Is
He buys it
Jizz
in bulk.
buying dildos off Temu?
oh, you don't want the Temu ones, I reckon.
No, it's a legitimate supplier from China, and the guys who own Bingo Loco
Let's call
buy
them
them in
toys.
bulk and
Adult
ship them across
toys.
the
Adult
world.
toys. We'll call them adult
We'll call them adult toys.
I want my adult toy.
My shipment of adult toys hasn't arrived.
Hey,
Did I sound like an Irishman or a pirate?
bit of pirate.
Bit of pirate.
I want to do Lost and Found this morning, 13 24 10. Have you lost yours or has someone found it?
Wasn't me.
Your toy?
But
Yeah.
my friend had an au pair. You know, like the nannies that she had a German au pair actually,
Right.
who was living with them, and they went down to their beach house, and the au pair, like I think she was working 5 days on, 2 days off, or whatever. She'd been down at the beach house looking after the kids.
Yep.
Bunk beds. She slept in the bottom bunk. One of the kids slept in the top bunk. She went away. She had the weekend off. She went away. They had friends down to the house.
No.
and they put all the kids in one room so their friends could stay in the spare room.
Oh, no.
And in the pillowcase was her adult toys.
She
She put it in like the zip up, the protector of the pillow, and then so they changed the sheets.
The au pair took the toy with her to the trip.
To the beach house. Well, the kids sleep on the top bunk.
You go without.
You can't be doing that.
Nights.
So she's put it in the pillow protector.
pillowcase?
So the pillow protector. So if they change the sheets, it doesn't fall out or whatever. And their guests have come and laid on the pillow, and they're like, "What is that?"
It's not a comfortable night's sleep.
No, I don't think they actually ever mentioned it to her because they were just.
Oh
too
no, there's no way you
for
would.
her.
13, 24, 10. If someone has found yours or you found someone's, must happen with removalists all the time.
Didn't that happen with you with removalists?
Yeah, it wasn't me. It was someone else.
Might
Yeah.
have been the electric toothbrush. I think they found the electric toothbrush in the
We had
boxes.
a friend of ours doing hotel quarantine during lockdown, and
Oh no! I
When
think a
you're-
lot of things went on in hotel.
when you're in
quarantine.
hotel quarantine, if a family sent you a care package from home, you used to have to come down to reception and open it in front of the army because they had
But
like
you weren't allowed out of your room.
well, no. They were back in New
Depends.
Zealand, so
Ah,
depending
it
where
was
you were,
different.
and they'd go, "Hey, we've got a parcel. You can come down from your room, but you have to open it in front of the army who are in reception."
No,
We sent her the biggest adult toy you could.
just to embarrass her.
Yeah, and a pack of Tim Tams.
Greetings from Australia. Did she want to kill you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What
Oh
do you-
But
yeah.
they would have
What do
seen
you
so
call-
much of that. Sorry,
What do you call that? A Tim Tam slammer?
that's good. That's good by you,
You just
Clint.
bite the ends off it and suck
No,
it through. No.
that's
Okay,
the Tim Tam.
13,
Tim Tam.
24, 10. Adult toy lost and found. Have you lost one or have you found one? Give us a call here at Nova. In return, I've got free stuff to go. How about
Surely we can get some free stuff from Jazz to give away.
$250 grilled vouchers. The first ever Melbourne drive-through is opening in Chadstone this Saturday with 754 free burgers.
We must go.
We must go.
We must go.
You want to score yourself a $250 grilled voucher? Give us a call right now.
Naughty, naughty.
640.
All right, let's go to the phones. We are asking 13, 24, 10.
Lost and Found
Yep.
is open for business.
Adult toys. Where'd you find them? Where'd you lose it? Let's go to Karen. G'day, Kaz.
Hey, how are you?
We're good.
You found one, I believe.
Yes, I did. When I was looking at this work a couple of years ago.
Oh, hang on. Your phone quality's terrible.
Yeah,
We're going to
can't
come
hear you,
back.
Karen. Let's try Lisa in Geelong. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
We are
We're
excellent. Excellent. What do you got for us?
So I used to volunteer at a Salvos, and obviously different days, different people. So I get in the next day, and the lovely ladies that had worked the day before had found an adult vibrator, popped it
Uh-oh.
on the shelf with a little $8 price tag
No,
on it.
they
So
didn't.
when
What
I
a
come in,
bargain.
I'm like, oh my God. And I said to them, what did you think this was? And they said, well, we often don't know. So we just figure, someone that buys it will know what it is. And I was like,
Maybe they thought it was a back
$8
massager.
is pretty cheap.
$8, that's a bargain. That's because they can be quite expensive.
Yeah.
What are you paying
You
for
can't
yours?
be going second hand.
No.
Bit of Dettol?
No, thank you. No.
bit of Glen 20
There's some
spray?
things that shouldn't be recycled.
No.
And I would
Single
argue
use.
that is one of them. They're a one-owner kind of object.
It's not a passed down
Yeah,
generation.
no, you don't pass
right.
it down. No
Okay.
hand-me-downs. No.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
like a
thanks,
baton.
Mum. I'll have that. When
cost
you're
of-
done with it,
There is a cost of living crisis in this world.
doesn't matter.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Let's go to Tony in Hoppers Crossing.
Unacceptable.
What happened when you put the bins out, mate?
I was putting my bins out down the street, and I had excess rubbish, so I had to dump it somewhere. So
Oh,
I
no.
dumped it in the next door bin and found a pink dildo.
Oh. That's what you get for using someone else's bin. You didn't consider upcycling it, did you, Tony?
No, we couldn't recycle it anyway.
Yeah.
Was it in the recycling bin or the normal bin?
No, it wouldn't be in the plastics. Maybe. Hopefully it wasn't in the glass bin. Ouch.
Taylor in Frankston, what do you got for us?
Clint's gone very quiet.
So my friend left her adult toy stuck to the shower wall.
No!
And then her brother went in after her and was like, I think you left something in the shower.
Did hers have a suction cap on the back to stick it on the wall?
Yes, it did.
It did. And so
Yeah.
she deliberately did it, or she forgot to take it out after?
She forgot to take it out after.
Yeah, she just stuck it on there while she washed her hair and then forgot.
Yeah.
Like
If
a
my
shelf to put your Pantene.
if my brother had have walked
Yes,
in to
put the-
our
put the
shared
towel on.
bathroom and found that, if Bowen Phillips had happened to him, he would have burnt the house down. He would
Yeah.
have set fire to the whole suburb.
And he would have never showered again.
No.
He'd just break out in tears whenever he hears the running water sound.
Trauma.
At least it was clean. Let's go to Emma.
Always looking for the positives.
Emma, you lost your friends?
I did lose my friends. I was trying to play a joke with another girlfriend on a friend, and we bought a huge, big black toy.
Yep.
And it was in my school bag. I was in year 12, and it rolled out of my school bag when I was sitting in the back seat all the way down to the driver. We hadn't realised until he stopped the bus. He waved it in the air and announced, "Who is this?" And then my best friend yelled out, "Oh, that would be Emma's."
Oh, no. Stitch up.
You're lucky it didn't roll under the brake pedal. You're trying to bloody brake. What is stuck? I'm trying to brake. We're going down a hill.
The news headlines.
Coming up this hour on the show, guys, the Popo are coming in.
Yeah, they are.
You been drinking tonight, sir?
No, man, not any.
I
I
love
like
that
the
on
ones that tell the
RBT.
truth. And they go, "Oh, yeah, I just had 10 beers at the pub." And they're like, well,
Or
where
the
do you
other
go
ones
from
who have
there?
like eyes like dish plates, and they're like, I haven't had anything to drink. Oh God, don't scrape my tongue.
Well,
That's
or
terrible.
they have
It's
the
a good show,
breath
though.
test, and then they're like, well, I've escaped that. I'm clean. And
Yeah.
then they go, sir, now for the drug test.
I get so nervous doing
Got him!
breath tests, even when I haven't had a drink for a month. I'm panic. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
makes me nervous.
I know.
In fact, when I see a police car on the road, I get nervous.
I've driven over one of the witches' hats before at the RBT just because I like anxiety. You could see them all look like, we got one here. We got the crew from RBT joining us just after 7:30 this morning for our Probe the Popo. But first, though, back to Paddy with our very own Clint Stanaway. It's the party hotel he's at.
Clinty.
Yeah, it is. You set me a challenge earlier in the show, for those who've just joined us. You said, go down to the hotel bar at the palatial, luxurious
Novotel.
Novotel 17 in the north of Paris.
What
and
time
see
is
who
it
you can
there?
track down. What is the time now? It's just after 11 p.m.
Oh, perfect lobby bar time. Right in the
Yep.
hitting zone.
Clint has sent me some audio. I have not heard this.
Neither have I. You
I'm gonna
found
play it now.
someone.
Here we go.
All right, guys, I'm coming to you live from the bar at the Novotel 17 in France. This is Channel 9 headquarters for 2 weeks. I was telling you about Matthew Pavlich. He's just walked in from a big day on the tools, Matt, Nova 100 in Melbourne. Where have you been today?
I've just come from the hockey. It's bloody hot. It's still 33 degrees out here in Paris. We got smashed out there 6-2, so it's a bit brutal. How's your day?
Very good. Well, I'm the anti-good luck charm because everything I see, it turns to shit, basically. So
Rugby sevens, were you out there?
I was there, that's right. Yeah, coming off the back of skateboard. Good to see you, Pav. Good job on Channel 9, of course.
Yeah, dudes.
I'll just say hello to Tour de France winner, Cadell Evans. Cadell, say good day to the people of Melbourne.
Oh, g'day Melbourne. I'm just, I'm kind of missing home.
Oh, exactly. How was your day?
My day was a little bit warm, but really good. First day off since I've been here. Could enjoy it a bit. Went to the Oakley House, if I'm allowed to say that. And
what happens at Oakley House?
I ate the grilled salmon. That was really nice.
Good work on Channel 9, Cadell. One more person to talk to here. Matty Hill, the voice of the Melbourne Cup. Here he is. He's also the voice of the rowing at the moment.
Hello,
good morning.
Clint. It's a very good morning to you. And I tell you what, we haven't been handing out medals yet at the rowing, but we've got, I reckon, 2 in the bag. We're getting very close.
You are a friend of ours on Nova, of course. Jason Lauren send their very best.
God bless them. I had a great morning with you guys a couple of years ago before a Melbourne Cup, so I hope they're doing well.
Well, we'd love to have you back later in the year, of course.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Oh my God, he
That
sounds
voice is
exactly
so good.
like he's calling a race.
Good morning, Clint. Hello, Jace. Hello.
Oh
Was
my
he putting that on, or that's just how he greets you?
No, that's how he's. Well, that's his
Because
voice.
I saw the rowing last night, the doubles. Well, I don't know what they call it. What is it called when
The
there's two in the
sculls?
boat? The sculls.
Sculls, yeah.
And I was listening, and I was like, why does this sound like I'm listening to the Melbourne Cup? Same guy. Didn't realise.
Did your body automatically open the tab app? Start now. Hey, Cadell Evans.
Yeah.
When he's in reception,
Well,
is he still wearing those funny little shoes?
No, he's not.
Right.
But I did ask him about Paris because he reckons almost everywhere he goes, as a former Tour de France winner, he's shouted drinks.
He'd
left,
be
right,
a
and
hero,
centre. He's got
100%.
a golden ticket to Paris.
But what happens at Oakley House where he's eating the salmon that he
Yeah.
mentioned? I thought he was going to get free sunglasses.
He
Next
said-
minute he's eating
well,
salmon.
he said that. He said free sunglasses, which is pretty good.
Oh, gotcha.
There's all these gifting suites over there with the big sponsors that I see people got. There's like a Ralph Lauren thing and everyone's
I
going
went
in
to-
and coming out like fully clothed in Ralph Lauren.
I went to Asics house today.
Oh, did you get some runners?
Yeah. No, I didn't actually.
They
but
didn't
it
give you
was-
anything?
It looked nice.
You need to go back to Oakley House and get the old eye jackets. Remember those
Frog
sunglasses?
skins.
Frog skins. This is Nova 100. You are on the air with Jace and Lauren. Hey, coming up in the next 15 minutes, I never thought I would say this, but we're going to be talking love letters with Lauren.
Dr. Love.
What?
The most romantic thing I have ever heard in my life has happened in the last few days, and it's just
If this doesn't
pulling
make
on
you
my
cry,
heartstrings.
if this does not make you cry, you are a cold-hearted person.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, this and the opening sequence to the movie Up.
Yeah.
Probably the two most emotional things you'll ever
No, but
experience in your life.
seriously, this got me. It's got me real good, Clint.
All right, before we get to
the feels.
that,
Okay.
We're just ordinary people.
The Ordinary Games with Jace and Lauren. Finding the best of us from the rest of us.
later in the week, that's right, 4 Suburban Heroes and 1 Lauren Phillips will take to the springboard.
No, I won't be doing it.
And we'll be competing in our event for the Ordinary Games, Melbourne's Biggest Splash.
That's it.
If you can jump off the Jerry Springer board, land in the water and create the biggest splash.
Well, you will land in the water. We'll make sure you land in the water.
Don't know, it depends how big the jump is. If you create the biggest splash, $1,000 and the glory of being our Ordinary Games
The
champion.
most ordinary person in Melbourne. How good?
I will point out, at the actual Big O, you get extra points for not making a splash. Is that correct?
Yeah,
in
you
the,
do.
In the diving?
I was actually watching a video about the underwater technique, and when they hit the water, they have to like scoop over to try and drag the splash down with them.
Yeah.
Very technical.
Yeah, we're doing the opposite.
Oh, they suck the splash down.
Yeah, and they try and suck the bubbles down as well.
Well, we want you to
Is
blow
that-
them out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All in the toes.
Tubby Taylor will tell you because he's commentating, so he
Let's go
knows.
to Bacchus Marsh.
Very good.
Brad is contestant number 3. He is a golf course greenkeeper, so he's good on the whippersnipper. Got 2 stepkids and goes for the Suns. He joins us now. Good morning,
Brad.
Good morning, Melbourne.
Do you fancy yourself in a Speedo?
Not a Speedo, but my legs are quite long, so
Oh, there you go. What will your, if you're in the Ordinary Games, what will your outfit be? Are you going for something slimline, a wetsuit, a Speedo?
we'll go to boardies. I've
Boardies.
got the bright
Perfect.
pink ones today.
Hot pink.
bright
I
pink.
I love
that's
a hot
nice.
pink
That's
boardy.
nice. Hey, what would be your greatest sporting achievement to date, Brad?
Well, I've got a few, but when I was 8 years old, I was an avid Oz kicker, and I got to play at halftime at Marvel or Telstra Dome back in the day.
Sick.
But
Awesome.
I wouldn't follow the footy. I was swinging around the goalpost.
How good.
You were pole
Hey,
dancing
Brad,
while the others were kicking goals.
Yeah, back in the day.
Why
I was,
on
yeah.
earth do you barrack for the Gold Coast Suns?
Well, they need all the help they can get at the moment.
It's true.
And when they make the grand final, I'll be getting tickets.
It is hard if you back for one of the big teams. Tickets are hard to come by.
You know
Exactly
what?
right.
Bloody anyone's year at the moment.
I mean, that's the attitude. He's playing the long game, Clint.
They've also got a ripping song.
Fun fact,
Well, they're
I dated
underdogs,
someone that
and
played for
underdogs
them
are, you know.
Yep.
for many years, and I still don't know the song.
Brad, we will see you on the Jerry Springer board later in the week for our Ordinary Games champion.
Too easy. I'll start practicing.
Yes. How does one practice for that?
I was just about to ask
Well, you
that.
don't.
Go down to MSAC, maybe. Well done, Brad. We'll see you there.
Hope no one gets
In
in.
your
There's been a few real entertaining fails from the diving, though.
I know.
Don't.
That's
It's
literally
so
what I just
sad
said.
when
Sort of
they
like-
slip.
Mate, you
You
hit
just
that
don't know whether to laugh or not.
No, you can't laugh.
internally.
Oh, you do.
People trained for 4 years for this.
Well, they should have trained for 5.
Little cackle.
Well, they actually only got 3 because the Tokyo Olympics was late.
Yeah,
wasn't
good
it?
point. Good point. Well, Brad's got 2 days.
I want to talk romance. Romance. People say romance is dying. Well, let me tell you, it is not. And maybe it is just the Italians who do romance better than us. But I don't know if you saw this story from the opening ceremony, Clint. So, an Italian athlete lost his wedding ring in the Seine as he was coming down on the Mardi Gras boats at the opening ceremony.
And you're not diving in to get that ring, are you?
No. God, no.
So he was waving the flag and it flung off. And he has written
It's unlucky.
to apologise to his wife the most romantic love letter you have ever heard.
That's strong.
It says, "I'm sorry, my love. I'm sorry. Too much water, maybe this bit's not that romantic. Maybe too many kilos lost in the past month. Or maybe the uncontrollable enthusiasm of what we were doing. And probably it was all 3 things. Just the fact I heard it, I saw it fly. I followed her with a glance until I saw her bouncing inside the boat where there was a glimmer of hope." Anyway, the ring did go on to roll into the Seine. And then he said, he's written this in Italian, by the way, but this is translate.com. "My ring
Thanks, Google.
will stay forever in the riverbed of the city of love. And if you want, we'll throw yours into that river too, so we'll be together forever.
I like what he's done there.
And we'll have one more excuse, like you've always asked, to renew our vows and get married anew.
Well played. Well played. I've lost the ring, so
If
let's
she
lose
divorces
yours.
you, marry me." That is the sexiest thing I've ever heard.
Is it?
Romance. So I said to Paul, "Would you write me a love letter, Dal?" And he said, "No. No, I'm not doing that." And then the thought of him writing a love letter really made me laugh. Anyway, I said, "Come on, just a bit of romance, honey. We're engaged to be
Yep.
married."
You've had, what, 3... No, how many years together? How many?
Oh, 4? 4 years.
wonderful years together.
Never, doesn't even write a birthday card, to be fair. And I said, "Come on, write me a love letter." So he's sitting on the couch, giggling away. And I go, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm on ChatGPT, writing a love letter."
Is that like AI?
Oh, that screams romance.
Oh, writes it for you.
Yes, writes it for you. Would you like to hear his very heartfelt love letter to me, Clint?
Is it personal?
Oh, deeply personal.
Dear Lauren,
I think
as I sit down to write this letter, I can't help but smile. Thinking about all the little quirks that make you. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Your unique way of doing things, like taking ages to get ready, is just one of the many things I adore about you. You have this incredible ability to procrastinate, turning even the simplest task into a delightful adventure. It's like watching a master artist at work, carefully crafting each moment. Though you may not be the queen of cleaning or a wizard in the kitchen, your love and warmth more than make up for it. The way you light up a room with your presence, making every space feel like home, is something truly special. Your laugh, your smile, and the way you look at me with those beautiful eyes, oh my God, makes every second I spend with you feel like a treasure. Oh, this is such crap. You have this magical way of turning the ordinary into extraordinary. Every day with you is filled with joy. Oh, laughter and love. Whether you're just lounging on the couch, which is a lot, binging, watching our favourite shows, oh my God, or going on spontaneous adventures, which you never do, every moment feels perfect because I'm sharing it with you. Oh my God. Your kindness, this keeps going on. Your kindness, your generosity, and your boundless enthusiasm for life inspire me every day. You make me want to be a better person, to reach for the stars, and to never stop dreaming. Oh God, nightmaring. You are my confidant, my partner in crime, and my greatest love. Thank you for being you, for loving me, oh my goodness, and making every day an incredible journey. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you, creating beautiful memories and growing old together. With all my love. Oh, it didn't even sign it off. Wow.
Romance is alive in my house.
That's why people are terrified of AI.
It's very good, isn't it?
It's pretty good.
Because do you know what Paul actually just put in? He sent me this.
Do you know what I wrote in the chat GPT to get to that?
What?
Write a love letter to my fiancée, Lauren, from Paul. Say how she's so good at procrastinating, taking ages to get ready, never cleaning or cooking, and just write a whole heap of lovely stuff.
And it bloody did, didn't
That's
it?
love,
It's good.
guys. I light up every room he walks into, and I make
I
any
love
place
the-
feel like home to him.
I love the turning the ordinary into extraordinary.
That's me, guys. And he loves me. He loves me just the way I am.
That ChatGPT, that is scary, mate. It is very good, isn't it?
That's Australian
Don't let
romance.
the robots at it.
Do you
Hey.
think the Italian that lost his wedding ring in the Sen got ChatGPT
Yes,
to
I
write
do
that
now.
post?
I actually do. It is just gone 26 to 8. Coming up next, it is Probe the Popo. We got the team from RBT in the house. I cannot wait for this.
That's the sound of the police.
You better start talking.
Jason Lawrence.
Answer me!
Probe the Popo.
Tell me what you know.
Every week, we like to have a different division of the Victorian Police in to have a chat. This week, we are catching up with the team from RBT.
Like 4 schooners of Great Northern.
Okay, is that a heavy beer or?
So light beer, and I'll be under
Light beer.
0.04. So you can breath test me. I'm very confident.
Very good. Well, that's exactly what we'll be doing today.
A mate of mine's got a breath tester.
Okay.
And we've tested ourselves.
With
yeah.
that particular drink.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
particular drink.
He's got a breath tester. That voice right there was Senior Constable Stevie Jorgensen, who joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's nice to be here.
So you're on the show too.
I am.
They're real. Sometimes I think, are they prop police men and women?
We
Yeah.
are real.
No, it's only strippers that are in fake police outfits.
I'd be happy if one of them pulled me over, Jace.
Stevie, welcome to the show. How long you been part of the cops?
I have been a police officer for 10 years.
Yeah, right.
And doing this particular role for 6.
Do you get to pick? Can you say, I love doing the RBT and the booze bus, I want to do that? Or do you just get moved around to different departments?
So, no, I've been with what's called RPDAS. We call it Road Policing Drug and Alcohol Section. And I've been there on my own accord for 6 years. I could leave if I wanted to, but I love it there.
You like it.
In terms of filming, we get asked if we want to do it or not. So,
Yeah, right.
yeah, there's
Right.
only a select few of us that actually are prepared to put our faces on TV. So I'm one of them.
Yeah.
Now, question.
Question.
I'm sure I'm not alone in this, but when I go through a breatho booze bus, I panic every time, everyone I haven't had a drink, and I think, oh my gosh, they're going to think I'm drunk or I'm doing something wrong because I'm so nervous.
Yeah.
And she's a shit driver.
And I probably ran over the cone. No, is that normal?
Yeah, you are not alone. That is very, very common.
Like
very common.
Before they're like, oh, you got to show driver's license or whatever, and I'm shaking, and I'm like, oh look,
Without
I'm
a bit of meth.
incriminating myself.
Well, look, on our buses, a normal shift, we would be testing up to 1,000, 1,400 people. So, amongst that, I would say at least 50% of people would be scared coming past or coming into a booze bus.
I think I'd be more confident if I'd had a few drinks to be
No,
fair. I
no.
mean, it's courage. Not driving.
I'm joking. The audio we heard there, Gary, he ended up blowing under
He
on
did,
the show. When it comes to random breath testing, do you, because we're now rolling out random drug testing as well.
Correct.
Are you doing both at every site?
No,
Because the random
so
drug
we have,
testing takes longer, doesn't it?
Yes, so we have booze buses and we have drug buses.
Right.
When we do a booze bus, we do have the facilities to do a drug test if
Yep.
we feel the need.
Yep.
Oh, so it's if you gut saying, let's do this one.
Yeah, and if we ever have somebody on our bus for a breath test, we'll also do a drug test while we're there.
If they've been taken out of the car and into the bus.
Right.
Got
So if
it.
you get out, if they're taking you out of the car, you're cooked.
You are getting
Yeah,
a
right.
breath
Yeah.
test and
Well,
a drug
not
test.
if you're doing nothing wrong, you're not.
Of course.
No,
not.
that's right.
No, of course.
Yeah,
Because
and then we
sometimes
have the
it's not
drug
right.
buses where every single driver that comes into our site will get a breath test and a drug test.
Right.
Really? And then how?
Why don't we drug test everyone?
Oh,
Is
look,
it a
I
cost
don't know
thing
whether
or it's just
yeah,
like
look,
it's not
I would say
necessary?
and we don't have. It's high volume testing when we do booze buses.
Yeah.
As I said before, we're going to be testing anywhere up to 1,400
Wow.
drivers. A drug test when we have a drug bus, we're with each driver for about 5 minutes, so we
Yeah.
would
Yeah,
never
it's
get
a
the
lot.
amount of people tested if we were doing every single person. And then obviously it's a huge cost to be able to drug test every single
Also,
driver.
let's be honest, people would be cracking it. Like 5 minutes
Oh,
sitting
yeah.
on the
Yeah,
side of the
yeah,
road.
They already crack
Every-
it
On the
every-
way
for
to
a
work.
booze bus when
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
takes
right.
60 seconds and they don't
Yeah.
like us doing that.
Honest question. Are our roads safe? Are we policing enough that we're making our roads safe? How many people are drink driving and drug driving?
I wish I could say that our roads are super safe, but coming from the job that I do,
Yeah, you've seen
we
it all.
see so many people that are under the influence of alcohol and drugs. Just last week, I did a site where we got someone at around 11 o'clock in the morning and they were 0.209. So that's four
This
times
is-
the legal limit. at 11 o'clock in the morning
had
on
they-
a school day.
Had they been out all night and all day? Or
He
is this-
was actually in complete denial about it. But yeah, look,
That's
obviously
scary,
can't go too
isn't
much
it?
into it, but
No,
there
no,
was
no.
alcohol in the car. There was, and this person, had a pretty strong history of drink driving.
You know
So-
what I find sad? Because I see the booze bus a lot on South Road down near Sandy, and the cops will set up there, and they're getting them after school pickup
Yeah.
and school drop off.
That's
And that's
sad,
the
isn't it?
time you're
Yeah.
targeting. Does it shock you how many?
That
And
particular
does it make you angry?
That site, I would say that would probably be where we get the most hate. And complaints about setting up in that area,
Right.
and we're affecting drivers. We've added
Affecting traffic.
We're affecting traffic. We've
Which it
added
doesn't. I've
5
been-
minutes to their drive.
Sorry, I've been on that road, and you guys fly through it
Yeah.
pretty quick. I've done the booze bus there several
Yeah.
times. That you don't hold them up.
Yeah,
that's
no, we
just
definitely
bright and
don't. But I
cracking.
think people just like to complain about
Yeah.
it. But
Everyone's
as you
in a
said,
rush.
we're always getting.
And do you get many doing the school run? It's good.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've personally, I have
Does it
done a
shock
breath
you?
test on quite a lot of people during school time, and yeah, it's standard procedure. Like you go
But does it
out
make
for
you
lunch,
angry?
you have a glass of wine. Yeah, it makes me really angry. I'm personally really passionate about road policing and
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
affected drivers off the road. So I get, it's
Well,
it's
thank
pretty
you
upsetting.
for that
Yep.
because you're keeping our roads safe. It is actually scary hearing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of people now are taking their responsibility in their own hands. You try to, right? I don't really even like having one glass of wine and driving because A, I get scared that I'm over. B, I'm
here's where the
tired always. And
I'll be honest,
it
here's
worries
where the
me.
confusion is. Because remember a few years ago, and I remember when we were growing up, there was that big campaign where it was like two
in the
drinks
first
in the first
hour,
hour,
yeah.
one
one
every
every-
hour after that. And
But
everyone started sticking to that rule. But that's like, one standard beer is more than a standard drink.
Yeah.
And also to food, size of the person.
Look at the size of me
100%.
compared to the size of
Yep.
Paul, my fiance. Like we couldn't drink the same amount and,
Yep.
And
drive.
I've noticed we're not doing those campaigns anymore.
Yeah, I think it's way too confusing for people.
Yeah.
And what works for one person is not going to work for the next.
Right.
As you said, size.
So there's no
sleep,
guide.
food, water. There's so many different things that come into play as to how your body will metabolize alcohol. So it's too risky.
Do the self breathalyzers work? Because I know people that will have 2 glasses of wine and then
Yeah.
they'll always check before they drive.
Yeah.
But if you blew 0.04 on that and then you went to a booze bus and you blew
You've had
over
no
0.05,
defense.
you have no defense.
Yeah, no defense. Look, I think the problem with the personally owned breathalyzers is that some are really cheap and then some are really expensive. But the difference with those ones and ours is that ours are regularly serviced and calibrated. So they're going to give you that accurate result. And we have a 2-step process. So we've obviously got the initial test that you
Yep.
do at the booze bus or if you've been intercepted. And then we have an evidentiary breath test as well.
In the
which-
bus.
Yeah, in the bus.
I actually remember the machines they used to have on the side of the wall in pubs, and you get a straw
Yep.
and blow in it, right?
Yep.
And I would love for them to roll out actual professional ones
Yep.
and service them
Yeah,
and put them in
calibrate them
every
properly.
Yeah,
pub,
that'd be-
every pub across Victoria.
Yeah, you'd be grateful for it.
100%. Because even if I had two Great Northerns, right, like low strength beer, I would definitely still check.
Yeah.
Even though I know I'm pretty safe, I'd definitely still check. And if I was over, I wouldn't drive.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's a
Yeah.
cost, but think about the lives that
The
it's saved.
problem with that is that with alcohol consumption, it has like a peak before it starts to drop.
right.
So you could do that test at the pub,
Yeah.
and it might be then you get held up because you see a mate that you weren't drinking with, and you're like, oh, hang back for another 15 minutes. Then you go to drive, and your alcohol in that space of time has actually peaked and gone higher.
Oh, God.
So you're thinking that result is, oh, I'm fine, I'm 040, but then you get pulled over 20 minutes later by us, and then you're 050, and 050 on the dot is an offence. Like you lose your license.
You got to be under
You have to be
0.05.
0.049 or under.
Thanks, Stevie. I thought it was a ripping idea, but that's fine.
Shut that
No,
down.
but it is because you know what? And what I would say, the people who would do that test at the pub, they're trying to do the right thing.
Yeah,
right? But
exactly.
and the people who get 0.05, sure, it's wrong, but you feel for them because
Yeah.
you're like,
absolutely. Yeah.
But it's the people who are way over that aren't sitting at the pub just
Exactly.
trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Hey, we've got to go to a break. Are you happy to stay with us?
Absolutely.
When we come back, I want to ask a question about, let's not put our head in the sand. People are smoking, people are doing pot, other drugs around the place. I want to talk about how long that could potentially stay in your system. And also, we're going to test out the old breatho machine this morning. Because we got one of our producers, Jiz, to have a few wines last night with dinner.
What a task.
We got him an Uber in this morning, and we want to see how he thinks he's feeling and how it comes up on the breatho.
The next day is a worry. The next morning.
And you know what? Let's break out that tongue scraper while we're at it.
You know what? I've got, I've got 4 straws, so we don't just have to test him. We can test.
Oh, we are out of time.
time.
5K question coming up very soon, but at the moment we are probing the Popo. Senior Constable Stevie Jorgensen is joining us this morning. She is a booze bus operator
And you're on the show, RBT.
star.
Do you ever get recognised?
Yeah, a little bit. Not so much like out in public, but lots
in
of
the
family.
RBT though?
And like when I'm on the show, like my phone just goes nuts.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And people from school that I haven't spoken to in about 20 years.
Why does Daryl, when he gets done on the show for blowing over and with meth in his system, allows himself to be on TV?
Yeah.
This is a good question. So you'll get a mix of people, right? So some people will, either they're drunk or they're on drugs.
Yeah, I'll sign the release.
They
form.
can't really
Great
make
idea.
the right decision. 2, they genuinely want to get on television, and it doesn't matter what it's for. They're
Isn't
happy
that-
to just get their face on there.
Why?
Jesus.
They don't get their. Someone told me they get their fines and court cases paid for.
No, nothing.
That's
no
Judge
benefits
Judy.
whatsoever. Yeah. For an example, I had a young P-plater who'd only had his license for a few months. This one hasn't been shown yet, so I won't go too much into detail. But he thought it was going to help him with the ladies. He was like, "Cool, this is going to get me out
Street
there, and
cred.
the girls are going to see me, and it's going to." They're going to.
And was he drink driving?
He was drink driving.
What a
Yeah.
knob.
Yeah, lost his license.
Oh, yeah. It's really going to work for the ladies
Yeah.
when you got to put them on the Greyhound bus for a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you
And
pick
that's
me up
hot.
at 7?
That's it. And then you just get like the genuine people that can see how their story might help somebody else.
Right.
Which they're the good ones, because we
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
you're showing people that they are they're not 100% safe if
Exactly.
they drink.
Because I reckon you guys are pretty nice on it. Like, you're all.
Sometimes I get frustrated, but rightfully so. God, if it was me, I'd shoot him in the foot.
But you're pretty nice. Sometimes I'm like, oh, they're being so nice, this person who's just gone.
Yeah, there's a bit of a fine line between being too stern and them not wanting to cooperate, and being nice enough that they do want to cooperate with us and come on the show.
Well, I've got to say, all the coppers we've met with this segment have been bloody lovely.
We love having the Vic Police in.
Yeah.
We love it.
Now, you guys don't have your head in the sands. You know people are out there are smoking, doing drugs. You can do medicinal marijuana these days. It's never publicised how long drugs can potentially stay in your system. And the reason I ask is because I'm sure there'd be people going, well, look, you know what? I hit bloody, I had a smoke last night. If I know it stays in my system for 24 hours, I won't drive today. Is there just no definitive answer?
There isn't. No, every single person will metabolize drugs differently, and same with alcohol.
Right.
We
So-
can't say
and
that one person is going to smoke weed and then within an hour it's gone, and then somebody else, it's
So
a week later they've still got it there.
So if people, say, could drop a pill in a club on a Saturday night,
Yeah.
they could, for someone, it could be out of their system on Sunday. For other people, it could still be there Tuesday.
Even if it's not
Absolutely.
affecting you anymore, it can still be in your system.
That's right. And that's where I think people get confused with the whole offence of drink and drug driving.
Yeah.
In terms of drug driving, you can be pulled over a few days after having meth or having a tablet on the weekend, and it's still sharp. You're not really feeling the effects, but it's still in your oral fluid, so you still lose your license.
Teary Tuesday was bad enough. And then, hey, we've got our producer, Jiz, in the studio. Morning, Jiz.
I'm so sweaty. I'm so nervous.
Now, he was given the
He got to have a lovely dinner last night.
Yeah, he was given the task to have a couple of wines with dinner, just like a lot of people would. We got him an Uber in this morning, but we're very interested to see if it's still in his system.
Yeah.
Guys, I got some sound effects. I thought we could do a dramatised reenactment.
Just quickly, what time did you have your last drink?
At 9 p.m.
Oh, so we're 11 hours
Yeah, I
later.
drank-
You know what?
We should be okay,
You know
but
what?
we'll
Stevie
see.
will ask that.
Should we do like what we do on the show? Like when we watch it? Do you reckon he'll be over? What do you reckon he's going to blow?
I like the voiceover.
And I reckon he's going to blow.
This young Irish lad thought he could have a few vinos last night and put the leg over the missus. Isn't
Well,
he wrong?
Let's see. Let's see what Senior
Okay.
Constable has to
And so
say about
what
that.
did you drink?
I drank 3 to 4 glasses of Pinot Noir, Shed Zonzo Estate. Beautiful.
Okay. Oh, hang on, guys. Here we go. Oh,
All right, you've done this before?
hang on. Window coming down.
Good afternoon, Constable.
Good morning, driver.
Oh, bad
Well,
start.
bad start. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, Dad.
All right, so you've had a couple of drinks last night, you told me?
Yeah, just with dinner, I'm definitely fine this morning.
Okay.
I've been in work and I think I'm doing my best work this morning, actually.
Well, that's questionable.
Very confident. All right, let's do this test. One long breath into the straw until I tell you to stop. And stop.
It is a long breath.
It's so long.
Oh, some people just can never get it. I'm
Running
like
out of gas.
screaming at the TV
I
going,
reckon he's
can't be
clear.
that
I
hard,
reckon
Darryl.
I reckon he's under. He's clear.
What do you think?
I reckon there's going to be alcohol in my system, but I don't think I'm going to be over the limit.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, hang on. Sorry.
0.01. 0.01.
And we go to an ad break. Oh, God, I hate that.
So annoying. They don't come back till the end of the show.
All right. No, we are all clear.
Zero! Let's go!
Goes on to a state.
Let's go. I would have loved to have known, though, because this is where people get in big trouble. We get up at, 4:30 in the morning
Yeah.
and drive to work, and you've had 6 hours sleep and you think you're fine. He'd come undone then, I reckon. So just so everyone knows, we put him in an Uber this morning just in case.
Yes.
Also,
you are safe to drive.
Did you have a heavy dinner?
I had a standard dinner, I'd say. Not loads, not too
Right.
little.
Are you still shredding?
Yeah.
No, I'm not really shredding. But that's actually a question that I wanted to ask. Is soakage a thing? Like, if you do have a lot of food, does that make...
Soakage?
I've never heard of that.
It's certainly
Never
not a
mind.
defence in the court of law, I wouldn't have thought.
Breathalyse him again.
Look, I think, there's lots of things that come into play
Yeah,
when
right.
it comes to alcohol and, sleep, food, water consumption, and just time. Time is the one thing.
Yeah.
You need to allow enough time, and that's where people, fall short.
The next morning.
Hey, Jazz,
Yeah.
don't move. Stevie, break out the tongue scraper.
No.
Don't do that.
No,
That's
please.
not
I'm
fair.
joking.
And Jazz is
I'm joking.
very well behaved boy.
He is very well behaved. Senior Constable Stevie Jorgensen from the Booze Bus Division of the Popo. Thank you so much for coming in this morning, and thank you for the work you guys do.
Thank you. No,
it's a
nice to
dangerous
be
job out there
appreciated.
on the street. And
Thanks for keeping our roads safe.
Yeah, we
We are
appreciate
doing
it.
our best.
Good on you.
Thanks for having me.
Good morning, Melbourne. Here we go. One question can win you $5,000.
All right, let's do it. Today, we're going to Gladstone Park. Issa, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, Issa, how old are you?
13.
13.
13.
What are you going to do if you win cash today? What are you going to spend it on?
Probably buy my family some presents.
Buy your family some presents.
Oh, God, you're way too nice for this
There you
show.
go. Your
okay.
parents have passed the parenting test when you want to share it with your
Absolutely.
siblings.
Oh, hang on. Are you in the car with your family at the moment?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you're saying it. Yep, makes sense.
All right, Issa.
All right. Do you want an easy question for $50, a medium question for $500, or a hard one for $5,000?
I'll go for the 500.
$500.
All right. Now listen. Lauren's going to ask you a question. You'll get 3 seconds to answer. If you don't know, take a guess. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good luck. Here comes your $500 question.
What type of fish is Dory from Finding Nemo?
3, 2, 1.
Oh, have you seen it, Issa?
Yeah, but I still don't remember what.
Oh, Nemo was a clownfish and Dory is a blue tang.
Oh.
Good movie. Good movie. Hey, do you like burgers?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm going to hook you up with a $250 grilled voucher. How about that?
Okay.
You can take your friends. Get the sweet potato chips. They're
Yeah,
good.
they're good. And the little chicken bite things they do.
All right, we're not going through the whole menu. Grilled's first ever Melbourne drive-thru is opening in Chadstone this Saturday with 754 free burgers. That is a lot of burgers. Have a good day at school. Hey, coming up next, we are returning to the Big O in Paddy, and we are putting all eyes on the pool. Molly O'Callaghan's already picked up gold. She is about to swim
She's
for another
a
gold.
champion already.
And her brother is...
He made me cry yesterday.
Oh, my God. He is in full supporters mode.
Go, Molly, go! Come on, Molly! You got this! Come on, Molly!
Oh, I cried when I saw it. He's so sweet and excited for his little sister.
Her brother Matthew joins us right after this.
Well, something brought me to tears last night. Jace, you know I have been so emotional watching our Australian athletes.
You have been.
I've turned into an emotional wreck. Paul just keeps walking downstairs and finding me on the couch sobbing, going, what am I looking at? Anyway, there's always amazing moments in the pool, and one of them was a 200-metre freestyle over in Paris. Two beautiful Aussie women, Ariane Titmus and Molly O'Callaghan, were going head-to-head, and 20-year-old Molly won gold. which was emotional enough. She spoke about her family. That made me cry. She got up on the podium and she got Ariane Titmus up with her on the podium, first and second together. That made me cry. And then I watched a clip of her brother, who was in Brisbane, filming himself watching her race, and I cried again.
Go, Molly, go! Come on, Molly! You got this! Come on, Molly! Come on, Molly, go! Go, my girl! Come on, Molly! Go, Molly, go! Go, Molly!
In his high vis.
Oh, gee, I'm going to have a heart attack now. I better check my pants as well.
Oh, watching his little sister from Brisbane in his high vis with his colleagues. I was in tears. I can't imagine how you were feeling. Matt, he joins us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are you all?
We're good. Mate. How are you? Must be the proudest big brother in the country.
Oh, words can't describe how proud I am for her. She's done it. It's just undescribable for me at the moment.
At what age did you see your little sister and think she's going to be an Olympic champion one day?
What age? Was I or Molly?
Molly.
I reckon around, well, we knew she had something around the 10-year-old mark, I think, give or take around about the 10. We knew she had something. And it might be a promising future. And, 10 years later, look where we are.
Matt, how was she heading over to Paris? Where was her mindset at? Because, you obviously don't want to go into it being egotistical, but you've got to be confident you can get gold. You've got to be focused on that.
She was pretty confident, just fully mindset on what she had to do for everything what was about to come up. And she was ready from what she did in Chandler and that. She knew she was ready, and she was ready for the games.
Matt, I watched her do her post-medal presentation interview with Gian Rooney, who, said, you're an Olympic champion, and how are you feeling? And she was so poised and considered and calm, and she's got another race, obviously. She's got the 100-metre freestyle coming up as well. But then Gian asked about your parents, and she was in floods of tears talking about how much your family means to her.
It even made me emotional hearing that. I heard it on the radio this morning, and it got me as well. But yeah, broke her. It did because what she said, she truly means it. From what my parents did to get her to where she is, she's forever grateful for Mum and Nick, my two parents. So yeah, she meant everything right there, and that was so good for even my mum and dad to hear that.
Yeah, and Gian said to her, Jace, I don't know if you saw it, but Gian said to her, you're allowed to be proud. You are an Olympic champion. She's only 20 years old, but she had this extraordinary composure because she said, I'll celebrate at the end of the meet. All right, Matt, I reckon you're a good time. How are you going to take your little sister out to celebrate when she gets back?
When she gets back, I think we're going to have to hit Sunnybank up and get some good Chinese or something, something like that. But I think we're going to do a party. Mum's saying we'll do a pig on the spit, a proper Croatian Aussie sort of meal we're going to do.
Yes. Maddie, I love you. I grew up in Mount Gravatt, which is one suburb over from Sunnybank in Brisbane, and I know the plaza you are talking about.
You can't beat the local Chinese, can you?
No.
Oh, mate, good old King's food in Sunnybank, nothing beats that.
Nothing says gold like suckling pig.
Hey, Matt, did you have a few? Did you have a few brewskis to celebrate? I know it was early in the morning here.
No, got to be good at work, but we might say afterwards it might have been 12 cans in. You never know.
Hey, Maddie, how proud of your little sister are you?
Through the moon. I'm super proud of her. I still can't believe it, this is, I remember yesterday, she was so excited opening presents from Santa and, seeing her go to school. And that really gets me the most. It's like, how did 10 years go so fast? How is she here? It just feels unreal, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It emotionally gets me a bit, not so much seeing her get the goal, because I know that's what she's good. It's just how she's growing, and look at it now. I'm so proud of her.
You are a beautiful big brother, Matt.
In fact, you know what? Sorry, Matt, what sport are you good at?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, gee. Well, sitting on my butt watching TV with my mates eating KFC, and
Sounds like a good
nothing
hobby to me.
Yeah, good.
You've been training in that field for a number of years there, Matty?
Oh, yeah, training. I've been training of thinking. That's all I've been doing.
Hey, Matt, she does have one more race, the 100-metre freestyle coming up. She's going into it as a favourite. Some people have said she could one day be Australia's most celebrated Olympian. Do you have a message for your sister going into that race? What would you say to her?
Oh, well, I just wish her all the luck. And what I'm going to say now might sound funny for people, but there's no advice I could give her because she knows what she's got to do. She knows exactly what she's going to do, but all she needs to know is I love her, and whatever it is, I'm super proud of her.
Oh, don't. I'm going to cry again. These Olympics have got me.
You've
good.
set Mum off.
Oh, Matt. Well, good luck. You're a beautiful family. You sound so proud, and she's pretty lucky to have a brother like you. And we can't wait to see the photos of you guys at the local Chinese celebrating when she gets back.
Duck pancakes for Molly.
Oh,
Australia?
Definitely. And I'll tell you this is what I told her, even before Tokyo, like a few years ago. I said, look, if you come back with no medals, just remember your butt was on the plane seat. And look, that's all that matters to me. You were there. And look at her now, a gold medalist.
Unbelievable. You have an Olympic champion in your family. Well done, Matt. Of course, that is the brother of Aussie Olympic champion Molly O'Callaghan.
Matty, we're going to have to check in with you after the next race. You are one hell of a character. We love having you on the show,
Make sure you film yourself
anytime,
again.
Guys, I like speaking with you anytime.
All right, good on you, mate.
Good on you, Matt.
Put me down for Peking Duck and Sunnybank at the end of
I
this.
want to come to the Chinese
It
celebration.
is just gone 8:30. I got an interesting weekend coming up very soon. The family and I have booked flights from Melbourne to go up to the Gold Coast to be with my three sisters because we're going to scatter my parents' ashes.
How are you feeling about that?
Was okay till I said it just then. I think it's a bit of a roller coaster because it's probably like, it's bringing everything up again, which will suck, but it'll also bring a bit of closure.
And so, for those who don't know, your dad passed away. It was just when you and I had started our radio show together.
I think that's
it was the last
that's
stage.
one I really got to get over because we're in full lockdown. So I had to watch his funeral on Skype, which a lot of people had to do around the world, and it was just
horrendous.
Probably the most horrible thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah, I remember being around you at that time, and there was just nothing that. If we could have, I would have moved heaven and earth to make that day easier for you, and there was just nothing that any of us could do.
No, but you were so great. You and I literally had just only come into each other's lives, and I mean, poor you. You're like, hey, here's your new co-host. This is Jace. Why is he crying? Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
But you were so supportive around that time, Loz, and it probably brought us together.
Yeah. And then you recently lost your mum, but you've waited so that you could scatter their ashes together, which is really
exactly.
special.
Every year we would go to Miami Beach on the Gold Coast and we'd sit up there for like 8 weeks at a caravan park. So it's a really special spot for us. So my sisters and I are going to gather there and do it. My sister, Ray Lee, the non-urban one, sent out a email to the family. She put, hey everyone, I spoke to the crematorium yesterday about decanting mum and dad's ashes. The options are scattering tubes, which you'll see on the attached brochure. Would we want to decant each of them into one large tube, or would you like to split mum and dad over 2 tubes so we can each carry one and scatter them? God, this is such an awful conversation to have. And it is. Like getting caught up in the technical side of things.
Yeah, it seems very clinical when you're just going through this
100%. 100%. But you know what? It's a conversation we have to have because recently they were visiting Melbourne and, I took my sisters out for a drink. We were all having a chat about it and we're like, it's one sort of particular event you want it to go smooth.
Yeah, you do. Are you taking the kids? Is the whole family
Yeah,
or just the adults?
it's going to be, no, all the kids are coming because we want it to be quite joyful.
A celebration.
Exactly. It is not supposed to be morbid. We're on the beach.
They're together.
Everyone's got to tell a funny story about that we remember.
Oh, how special.
Going to go to the surf club afterwards, but when we scatter the ashes, it's got to get a plan.
It does.
Like I remember several years ago, I was at Half Moon Bay here in Melbourne and the kids were swimming in the water and over on the jetty someone scattered ashes and the wind picked up. I went across the water and all the kids were in the water coughing because they were choking on.
Oh, have you seen that one? I don't want to mention it, actually.
No. I'd rather know because this is the...
Well, this is another one off up here. It won't happen to you.
No,
it definitely won't happen. And they poured the big urn off the pier. And it wasn't windy. It went straight down, but a scuba diver came straight up.
What are the odds?
It came out of the water. And
What are the odds?
Covered. And he was like...
Would it almost look like
But
they
he
were coming
looked.
back to life?
Yeah.
Bugger me.
But he looked.
Just add water and he comes back.
And imagine his view, right? He looks up, he sees them all standing there with he realizes what's happening, and he just went bloop, 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 bloop,
Oh.
straight back down, swam off.
I would sit down on that bottom of that ocean floor.
You'd stay for an hour until that oxygen tank was on emergency. Nothing like that will happen to you.
Well, you just don't know. And I was chatting with the team the other day because I'm like, guys, I'd rather talk through it.
Okay, let's talk about all the disasters that could happen.
Exactly. And then I'm like, well, what about if I open the urn and I just put that in water so you let water gush in?
No.
Taking the ashes out.
No, that's like doing the dishes.
Well, then
Can't
the
do
question was raised, what about if they stick to the side?
Yeah.
And that's when Nandos, our video guy, so emotionally said this.
I thought it would be a good idea to put one of those little protein shaker balls in there just to get them off the edges.
No. I don't think your sisters would like. Who are you kidding? Jace doesn't have a protein shaker.
I'd have to buy one for the event.
No, nothing will go wrong. All I
That would
say,
probably bring my dad back to life going, why have you got one of those?
your dad would have so much joy watching you sweat over how you're going to do this, though.
Oh.
He would be giggling, looking down on you.
I said to my sisters, why don't we just pour it off the top? Because there's a big mountain, a cliff there at Miami Beach. I said, we'll pour it off that. And they're like, I don't think Mum wants to be thrown off a cliff.
No, that's good. See, you're
Yep.
discussing all the options.
Exactly right.
Yes. Now, my advice,
Because I
if
don't want to go
may
in
be
the water.
so
It's
brash,
quite cold. Yeah.
I would just do a little tip. I would try not to do a big throw. I feel like that's going to backfire for you. Just a little pour, just a pour, not a throw.
Gotcha.
Is that the technique you're going to go with? What do you think? What are you thinking?
I might suck a pack of darts at home this Savo and use the ashes practice in the pool.
Are you going to keep any of it?
You know what really worries me? No, I'm not. No, because that's our spot.
Yep.
Like Miami Beach is our spot.
And you know what? Every time you go back there, it'll be so special.
You know what worries me? The amount of calls we're getting right now about ashes sprinkling gone wrong. 13,
No.
Yeah, 13 24 10 is our number if you want to join us on the air. People have started ringing in. I'm going to get a pen and
It
paper.
might be advice on what to do.
Good call. Good call. Phone lines have lit up right
We've had
now.
to pivot. You were telling a very serious story that turned out to be quite amusing. Well, not the...
Are we
okay.
doing this again?
No, I'm not going to laugh like I did yesterday. Jace has to scatter his parents' ashes in a few weekends' time, which is very serious topic.
My sisters and I are discussing how we do it because I've witnessed first. Don't laugh.
I'm not laughing.
I've witnessed firsthand. I've been down at Half Moon Bay and I've seen someone scatter ashes off the jetty and the winds hit it and it's gone across and my kids were in the water.
Yeah. You've got to check the tides.
Choking on grandma.
And you're doing mum and dad together, so it's a lot of ashes. So you've got to be extra careful.
Is that a weight job?
No, it wasn't a weight joke. It was a quantity joke. No, it wasn't even a joke. I was making a point.
Don't fat shame them.
I'm not. I would never.
So 13 24 10.
I'm just saying, watch the tides. Check the tides.
13 24
You want
10.
the ashes to be taken out to sea, not
Gotcha.
washed
Brought
up
in.
on the
Right.
beach.
Okay. Phone lines have lit up, people.
A lot of people have called saying they had an issue with the ashes as
Okay.
well.
G'day, Sam. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
You got
Good,
ashes
Sam.
issues?
What was that?
Have you got ashes issues?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What happened?
So it was when I was about 14. My dad passed away and we had his ashes. And my brother decided to scatter them on the Whitten Oval and he got arrested for trespassing.
Surely they let him go for that one.
I know.
No?
They did, but he got fined for it.
Oh.
Can you put the fine dad's name?
I mean, not a bad idea.
Yeah. Remember when Buddy got his 1,000 at the SCG? Everyone ran on to
And a lot
the
of
field.
people illegally scattered ashes. That's naughty because they were football
But when
players.
else are you able to get out there?
Yeah, but there was a whole team that had to keep playing, and if they slipped, they would have been covered?
I bloody slipped on Darren.
Like a little crumbed.
Stop.
Okay.
13 24 10 is our number if you have Ashes issues. There's so many calls.
The phones have gone. Berserk, this is good, Jace. Take note.
We're taking a lot of calls because I was just mentioning the family and I are going to be heading to the Gold Coast soon. We're scattering my parents' ashes.
I mean, it's actually really cool that you're doing them together. I love that. Like, not just
so
your
do I.
siblings, but that your mum and dad will be together at your favourite spot where you grew up camping as kids.
Then we're going to go to the surf club and just spend the day celebrating them.
Now, I've met your three sisters. That's not going to be a quiet lunch.
It will not be.
We're celebrating mum and dad together. Double the fun.
Yep, double the drinks. So, look, it'll be an emotional weekend, that's for sure.
Of course it will.
But I do want it to go to plan. And we are talking about Ashes gone wrong and Ashes issues.
Well, I was sort of saying what could possibly go wrong.
Look
Not
at the
that many
phones.
things
Look
could go wrong.
at the phones.
Turns out these are all warnings for you, Jace, of what not to do. Let's go to Amanda. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
We're good. What happened with the Ashes?
We all gathered in Sydney Harbour for my dad to disperse his ashes, but the whole family said no, the box is going to sink, and I'm saying no, you've got to open the box and release the ashes.
No, not that like foam box on the outside.
Yeah, so they decided to just drop the box from Sydney Harbour, and for 6 months my dad was floating in Sydney Harbour and was picked up by fishermen.
What do you mean, like a foam box?
How did you know he was picked up? It's like a float. It's like an esky.
Like he got a lobster in there.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I don't recall it being a foam box. I remember it being a brown box. It was slightly heavy, but he was floating for six months.
So
and luckily the funeral home had their
return to sender
details on the box, and the fishermen contacted Adelaide and said we've found
Dad.
But yeah.
Should have put an air tag on.
So did you guys think you were putting it in Sydney Harbour? It was just going to sink like a sunken treasure.
They did.
Yeah, well, they were wrong.
They should have listened to you, Amanda. Should have known you were the smart one in the family. Jace, don't do that.
Jessica.
Don't do that. You don't want to be out there on an inflatable stand-up
We're
paddleboard
looking for
trying
a
to get
sink,
it back.
not a float. G'day, Jessica. What happened with
Good
your
morning,
nan?
guys. Yeah, so the whole family gather around and we all go down to Coburg Lake. It's a beautiful lake. We go to scatter our ashes. My dad goes to throw them, and unfortunately the wind caught it. It ends up on the ground, and a flock of birds come down thinking that we're scattering food for them. I mean, if I don't laugh, I'll cry.
My dad hated birds. He'd hate to be
I
pecked
could
at.
imagine, though, you'd be trying to pick them up and trying to put them back in the
Yeah,
water.
I mean, my sister just tried to shoo them away, and we'll just, but we had to laugh it off in the end. We thought,
It's the wind.
Jessica.
See, the wind will get you.
You know what?
That's what I said, Jace, you got to slowly pour it down low. Don't
I
go for a
know.
big throw.
Sometimes something like that can just break the tension
It
as well.
can, but
you
then
know.
also for the rest of your days, Nan's on the concrete.
Don't say that.
Not in
Jessica's
the
still on the
Coburg.
line.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jess.
Hello, Lauren.
Hi, guys.
What happened with the ashes on a boat?
We were down at Apollo Bay and we thought the boat would be the better option than off the pier. And local fishermen took us out over the breakwater and just about flipped the boat.
Yeah.
My poor cousin, she looked green. She was so scared. Anyway, we got out past the calmer water and we were scattering actually my dad, my grandpa and the dog. And we did one and it was fine. We did grandpa fine and we did the dog, and the dog's ashes all came back and covered all of us in the wind, and we all were covered in the dog's ashes.
Plus, you would have been wet from the waves. It's like when you crumb a chicken breast. It would have just stuck to you.
Like
We
a
were
little
all-
schnitzel.
We were schnitzels, that's right.
Oh, what was the dog's name?
Chloe.
Chloe.
Oh, Chloe.
Chloe Bickies is how we gave her dinner, and Chloe Bickies got us.
Yeah.
Chloe Vicky's got you all right. Oh, I love
See-
that Grandpa, Dad, and the dog all together.
Yep. See, we were thinking about getting the lifesavers to go out and do it, but I'm like, nah, I think we need to do it.
What do you mean?
Like get them out on a little rubber dinghy.
Oh,
Over
in
the
a
waves.
dinghy?
Yeah.
Why
but
don't you all go out on stand-up paddleboards?
It's very cold that time of year.
No, it's actually quite nice up there currently.
Oh, look, Francis has called through. Francis.
Hi.
From Romsey.
You need advice.
I do need advice. I am listening to your segment and quietly freaking out. But my dad passed away last year, and he was a bit of an adrenaline. Oh my God, I should ring in.
Adrenaline. Word you can't say. Yeah. Adrenaline junkie. Yep.
Wrong segment. But He has requested that we take a portion of his ashes and spread them on a roller coaster. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I mean, I'm blessed with such a big front section so I can hide it in my shirt. But
So hang on.
hearing everyone being covered in ashes, it just seems...
Well, okay.
Totally.
No, she wants advice. Let's give advice.
Totally unrelated. I'm hooking you up with a family pastor gone by or what?
But so you all need... You need little amounts. Like, you can't take the whole thing. So you need a little Ziploc.
Don't
like
do
a
it
little
all.
baggie. Jace, you know those little, small little, like a little Ziploc.
Seen him once or twice.
to bury my dad's ashes, but we had, as a family, taken a portion out of it so that we can, pop it in, I guess, a little container, maybe.
A little zip. I'd go Ziploc.
I don't know.
You
about
can't
it.
take a container because if you dropped
You
it,
don't want
it'd
it to have a loop.
fly like a missile through the
But
sky.
you don't want to do a loop. Like, you drop him at the top, you'll get him on the way back down.
No, do it in that one point on the roller coaster where where they take a photo.
Oh, Lauren, no, not when they take a photo.
Then you've got the
Good
memory
idea.
forever. Whee! Throw it in the air. And go
I'm
on
gonna
the
do
back
that.
carriage. You don't want to be at the front or it'll just go on the person behind you's face.
You know
You have to
what?
go on the
Even
back
if you
carriage.
told them what you were doing, they'd still sting you $19 for that bloody
Yeah,
photo.
it's a memory forever. On the Scooby-Doo coaster.
Hey, Francis, I'm sorry to hear about your dad, mate, and I hope it
Thank
goes to
you.
plan. But I'm sure whatever happens, he will be lovely for him.
Best of luck for you too. Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
thank you.
Good on you, Francis. See, Dad stitched them up there. He knew that would be awkward for
Oh,
them.
yeah, 100%. That's why I reckon my dad was like, good luck putting on your rash shirt and getting in the water on the Gold Coast, big boy. I want to be in the
your
ocean.
Hawaiian shorts. What are you going to wear? We need to discuss outfits for this day
Wetsuit
too.
and flippers, obviously.
No, what are you actually going to wear?
I don't know. We'll discuss outfits.
You're going to be in Hawaiian shorts.
It is just gone 9:07.
Gonna be a good day. Jason Lauren.
Wake up feeling good.
On Nova 100.
Jason Lauren.
Follow them on socials.